Hi everybody, we're on page 131 and we're looking at a gavotte, which is a dance from the Baroque period by Benjamin Carr. If we look at his dates, 1768 to 1831, he kind of bridges over the classical period and really into the Romantic period a little bit. But he's writing in an older style that would really be a 17th century French dance. And gavottes are always in 4/4. So when you're playing a dance, you're always going to have a strict meter because it's a dance, so the steps have to fit that meter. I chose this piece because it has lots of great practice doing chord inversions. So it's in C major. And we're going to start with the right hand because it's got all the inversions. First inversion, C. Let's try it with me. And then second inversion. Now move up to root position here. And then do a scale crossing. So we've got chord inversions and scale crossings. Second inversion. And go to root position. So hopefully you notice that the second line is identical to the first, which is really great. So once you know the first line really well, you don't have to worry. You'll already know the second line. Same for the left hand. Let's just add it. It has just some bouncing octave staccato notes on C. Ready, and... section. I will call that all A, what we just did, the A section. Now we're going to move to that C root position. And I'm going to play the left, but focus on the right hand. I'm just going to play the left so you can hear it. But right hand, follow along. It's G, E, C. So that's C position. Now put a 3 here, and that pushes your whole hand down one step. And do that again. 3. And it pushes your hand down, and do it one last time. So it's a tricky little handy fingering to get your hand down to the next position without breaking that phrase. 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5. So it feels the same, you're just moving down one step. Meanwhile, left is going E, D, C, just walking down and then up to the thumb. And then what happens on the last line? Well, the first 3 measures are the same in the right hand, and then the left hand's a little bit different on the last 2 measures, and right hand's different on the last. So let's try from measure 9, and I'm going to play both hands here to the end. Ready, 2, 3, 4, and... different F in the left hand. Put a 4 over in the right, and that sets you up for first inversion. So again, that last 2 measures, 4, 5. So if you mark your form, it's very useful. All performing artists always look at the structure of the piece, always notice right away what repeats, because then that cuts out work. You don't want to waste your time playing something that you already have just played, but you weren't aware that it was identical. Believe me, it's easy to do in a long piece to not realize that there's some identical parts. So get in the habit of it now while the pieces are short. Then measure 9, we would definitely call the B section. You have to work on that because it's different. Then do you have to work on 13 and 14? No. If you're in a rush that day, skip those measures and go right to 15 and 16 and put in a lot of extra time on those because they're going to be different. All right, so practice practice smart.